Alright, welcome back. This is PapaSean, and we are looking at ARK Survival Evolved, patch week. Alright, today's date is February 18th, 2016. So taking a look at what's coming up on the horizon and what's currently in place. So we've got patch 235.9 is the current release, where they ended the ARK Valentine Day event. They added in hooks for international fastpipe official servers, and they also added a Chinese translation on the version hotfix for ARK. Alright, so we've got upcoming dinosaur, the giant beaver, being released here on version 236, which was estimated as being yesterday, the 17th of February. However, that has not yet occurred, as we know. So hopefully that'll be in the next day or two as we move into version 236. So the giant beaver, my guess with the giant beaver is that it's going to be an automated wood collector, so they won't have very much weight capacity, but you can pump that up, set those beavers to walk around on wander, and they will munch down on any wood in the area. So it's good to have them on an island, something blocked off by water. They'll just wander around on the land and eat the wood, and you'll be able to go up and collect 80% of their weight. They'll collect up until the point where they can't move as well anymore, and then they'll stop. They likely won't be able to be mounted either. So we've got new equipment handcuffs. So that ought to be interesting, how they're going to implement that. We've got the wooden cages, which I currently find fun. Random people I come across, I'll stick them in a wooden cage, and depending on my mood, I might lock it or otherwise. Then we've also got some bosses and boss arenas coming out. So the first three bosses and the boss arenas, my take on what this will likely become is a trial of, you have boss arenas where you can have bosses fight off each other, or you might have a tribe go against a bunch of bosses. I'm not quite certain what it's going to be. Probably an additional play style of ARK Survival Evolved, much like Survival of the Fittest is a version that you can play and have quick 1 to 4 hour tournaments. Boss arenas might give us an opportunity to try out what what the bosses are like, and maybe see which boss is strongest and battle with them. Alright, so Snow and Swamp Caves is also something coming out in version 236. Snow and Swamp Caves they've been long awaited. It's been something that we've been hearing about for months now. Have not yet been released. There's currently one cave up by the Blue Obelisk, but that's just one of the standard caves that maintained after the biome change. So with the Snow and Swamp, I imagine the swamp you'll have a lot of heat. Probably want to wear the ghillie armor into the swamp caves, and then the snow should be extreme cold, I imagine. And also we should expect to see an upped ante on the difficulty level of the caves being put out. That actually did increase quite significantly when they debuffed the dinosaurs. So you can't go into a cave on a saber anymore and just destroy it. Now it takes a little bit more patience and planning as you move in there with sabers, and especially raptors. If you go in there, you probably want to bring a group of friends now. Caves are much more dangerous after these last few patches. Alright, so they also have a 10% reduction in rendering performance improvements, so roughly 10% rendering and performance improvements. Okay, that's great. This game is still very intensive. I'm on a 980M. It's a mobile 980 NVIDIA card, and it's running pretty good on that. But I have a lot of friends that are having trouble with getting good quality on the game and actually holding off playing until the performance is improving. So this is a 10% increase in performance. Great. Looking forward to some heavier improvements, hopefully in the future. They also have some server performance phase 2 coming up, and breeding mechanics phase 2. So we'll take a closer look as those come out. Alright, and then further out we've got in February, ARK Survival Evolved Survival of the Fittest is going to be relaunching. It's going to be its own standalone setup. It's going to have matchmaking, ELO ratings, item rewards, mega perf gain. So I guess that's mega performance gains on it. Interested to see what the item rewards are going to be and where they're going to be usable. Like if they're account wide, like if you win and you get an item reward, you can use it no matter where you're at. It's probably going to be skins, if anything. But that might be neat to show off your success in Survival of the Fittest. The ELO ratings will make it nice so that you can play against members at your own skill level. So no more squashing noobs, and hopefully they can fix some of that cheating, the botting, the aim botting, and the ESP, where people can know exactly where you are and what items are in each crate. They released Battle Eye, but I heard that it only took a day or two for for some of the people to crack that. So unfortunately, a lot of the aimbots I'm hearing are already patched for that. Again, hope that they can get the thing under control. Aimbots are really taking all the fun out of Survival of the Fittest currently. So tribe member rankings versus with customizable per rank privileges. That's definitely a long-awaited item that's been talked about for a few months now. So with that tribe member rankings, you can modify it so that yeah, much like alliances, came up with some new structuring. You can have the customizable ranks. My guess is going to be you allow certain ranks through certain doors. You can, currently you can do admin doors, but you'll be able to do likely multi-tiered who gets to enter into what. So you might have a base with a perimeter that you let new members in, and it's got everything that they need to use. But then as they go up in rank, they'll have more access into the interior, say, and higher level, much more expensive gear, if you will, much more impact if it should be stolen or destroyed by a member of the team that has been recently promoted. All right, so what else we've got looking forward to? We've got the additional creatures, gear, armor, weapons, and structures. We've got some tech caves, Ascension, game progression, and boss wars. And they're talking through Aquatic and Amphibious mating life cycles, another one that's been out for a few months as in discussion and put on patch notes. So it's probably giving them some trouble with the Aquatic and Amphibious mating life cycles. I think the reason for that is probably because they're going to want to allow for, say, frogs going through metamorphosis of changing with the tail, the tadpoles, into a frog. That might be pretty neat to watch, as well as they're underwater, swimming around. They're on water, kind of like the current dinosaurs are. It might be a little challenging to hatch and monitor your underwater creatures. Make sure you have that underwater enclosure locked in so you don't lose your dinosaurs or tracking of such. DirectX 12 mode for Windows 10, approximately a 20% improvement. That's good to hear. Specific representation of on-ground meshes for all dropped items. That'll be neat to see. As you throw down items, you can pick them up easier. I know that I sometimes accidentally drop certain items from my pack while I'm purging things I don't want, and being able to see that mesh on the ground will quickly be able to get you over to that box rather than having to pick everything up again and then redrop until you get down to just the things you want to keep. All right, and then random GPU driver crash fix, the True Sky, they're working on that still. All right, well, thank you very much for watching. This is PapaSean. Like, subscribe, and share. Help me out greatly. It's free to do, and you'll have access to additional content. Check out the channels, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you again for watching.